Hello and welcome back everyone to our 26th episode of ABAP on Cloud Development on SAP BTP platform. So in our earlier episode, we saw the iterative statement, we saw the looping statement, how we can iterate over a group of statements and how we can execute multiple statements or a expression multiple times. Now let's move on to our next episode, which is 26th. Here we will be seeing working with the internal tables, their purpose, their use cases and all. Working with the internal tables. So first of all, what is a internal table? Let me explain that. Internal tables are the variable data objects, variable or complex data object, call it whatever you want, in which we can store several values of identical type, as the type is seen. This type has to be specified in the declaration and is called the row type, called the row type of the internal table. Okay, that is how it is declared. Data keyword is used to declare this data object as well. You give the internal table name, so internal table, then type table of keyword, table of row type of row in which you are going to store inside this internal table. So if we have to give example, we can use here like this way. See, I want to store only integers, so I can give here numbers, type table of integer. So we can store any number of records with only integral type here, with only integral type. Append statement is used to add the records at the last of the internal table, one by one, table one by one. So if I write it here like this way, append like this way, 1 2 3 to numbers, append 4 5 6 to numbers, append 7 8 9 to numbers. That's how it is going to be written. Each value here that you are seeing, we have 3 records, so each value occupies one row of the internal table. Here the number of rows is not restricted, or fixed. We can have any number of records, and theoretically if we see, we can store any number of records. That is the general definition in the internal table. Okay, so in the memory also, in the program memory, it is going to be stored like 1 2 3, after that 4 5 6 and 7 8 9. Okay, here when we declare the internal table, for the very first time, the initial value of the internal table is empty, or you can call a table with zero lines, with zero lines, right? Another important point here, the type of an internal table is called a table type. This is another important point here. The type of an internal table is called as a table type. Here if we see, we have given type table of keyword in the data statement directly. The table type was bound to the declared variable here. That's why we are able to use it. But we can also directly declare our table type and use it for the declaring internal table. So one way is this way. You declare your table types by using types keyword, table type name, type table of your row type, each row type, and then you use data keyword to declare your internal table, type this table type name. That's how it is done. We have seen it in the earlier episodes as well. SAP has also given us so many table types for use cases in ABAP on cloud environment, which we can see here. If I just show you one of the free to use table type here is, I will search Control Shift A and you can check here demo flight. Demo flight, I think it's the table, flight table. Then yeah, yes. There you see a table type created by SAP, and in the type, the row type that they have given is demo flight. This is a table. So by default, a type table of they have created, and if I'm using this like this way here, declaring internal table for flight data model, for flight table. So we can use data keyword, flights or LT flights, type table of, no need for type table of, you can directly use this table type as this is already declared globally. This is for local. This is for the local. So here we can do the same if we want to do the implementation. Let's see the very first use case. Adding processing numbers in an internal table. Numbers in an internal table. And I'm going to add here, so data, numbers, type table of integer, and I'm going to add the record, so append to numbers. Three records, suppose I'm adding 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I'll come here, or we can write anything. Say I'm having here, yeah, 3 records are more than sufficient. So let's print it out. So what I'm going to do is I'll print. For printing, we can use the looping operation that we saw in our last session. So loop at our numbers, and you can declare the line type of it as well. A line type data object, a row type data object you can declare. So number type integer, and loop add numbers to number, and you can just print it out. So into numbers, and you can call the write method to print out the object. So write number. So now if I right click and I do the activation here, let's see this what is going to happen. So I'll activate it and I'll put here a breakpoint. Let's debug it out. So run as ABAP application. I will open our show view and I will go for the variables. Let's check them. We have got the internal table right now. If you check, it's initial, 0 rows, 1 column. I will press here F6. First record 1 2 3 got added. 1 2 3 got added. I will again execute line number 22. So F6. 4 5 6 have been added. I will execute this as well. 7 8 9 will also be added. Then one by one this loop will execute and one by one data will be transferred into number and it will be printed out here. So I will click on F8 to get out the data. I will close this, and here you see all the 3 row we are getting in the output. Correct? All the 3 row we are getting in the output. Right? We can see this here. Correct? You can use, you can call, check the, we can check the line index of the loop at internal table by using the SY-TABIX keyword, which is a system variable which returns the value of index of the internal table. Loop at the internal table. So you can check what is the current iteration going on inside a loop at internal table by using this SY-TABIX keyword. So here in the program, if I just write it out in the same way, say I'm writing my row is equal to SY-TABIX, correct? And its content is equal to our number. So I'll give here curly braces and ending it. Right? So our write statement, and I will activate it out, clear the console, and let's check it out. So run as ABAP application. Still debugging will hit. Okay, I don't want it. I'll remove this breakpoint, and I'll check the output here. So for the first iteration, row 1 content is 1 2 3, row 2 content is 4 5 6, row 3 content is 7 8 9. Correct? Yes or no? Right? We are able to get it out. All these operations we can easily perform here. All the looping statements you can do, totally up to you how you want to proceed, and you can work with these internal tables easily. So internal tables are complex data objects or variable data objects where we can store several values of the identical type. The type we specified while declaring them. We can go either with this way. We can use the structures here of the row type for the complex internal tables. This is the very basic one. It's a simple internal table we can say. SY-TABIX can be used inside the loop at the internal table to find out the current line index of the internal table. Okay. So that is all for this episode. Please do subscribe our channel, like the video, and kindly share your feedback in the comment section. And I will see you in the next episode with more learning on ABAP on Cloud. Again, this is a series with complete scratch and end to end. You will be implementing project cases within a month. So thank you very much, and I will see you in the next episode.